Every 3 seconds, another...
The world as a junior welterweight. He'll be going against a good, tough trial horse, Mel Dennis, and it could turn out to be a surprising end, too. But it's Benitez we've been concentrating on. And right now, in the way we do it at ABC Sports, we would like you to meet young Benitez, up close and personal as he pursues his daily life. If you happen to be walking the beaches at San Juan, Puerto Rico at 6 a.m. any morning, you will see this young man strengthening his legs, building his stamina. He is only 18 years of age. His name is Wilfredo Benitez, and he is a fighter, the #1 rated junior welterweight in the entire world. When he completes his running, he is ready to continue his training because fighting consumes him. It has ever since he was a youngster of 5. That's when he began. His father built this gym in 1974 for Wilfredo and his brothers. His father is a longtime fight trainer, and he knows how to evaluate his son.
And I think he's the best fighter I ever trained. And the best fighter I ever saw. If he keep listening to me, he's going to be the greatest fighters of the world.
This is a big tournament for me. I work long and hard for this fight. I want to prove to the people that I'm the best of the world. I don't want to see no lose in my record. Boxing is my life, and I think some days I could help my family and help people in other places. And I think if I go to some place like the United States and won a championship, I can help everybody, but because I can be an example for the people.
He's very close to his brothers. That's his older brother, Frank, who is a fighter, too, but who will freely admit that he is not the fighter his younger brother is. They walk together at the end of a day and talk about their dreams. For Wilfredo, there is one dream only: to be the world champion. And there's the young man right now in his corner of the ring, about to go against Mel Dennis. Benitez, as you just met him. There's Dennis. Dennis is 27 years of age, 122, lost 8, drew 3, weighed in at 145. Benitez weighed in at 146. Dennis has been around the horn a little bit. As a matter of fact, he's an old buddy of George Foreman's down in Houston, Texas way. Now, right here, let's look at the welterweight division and show you what's happened. Randy Shields won his bout in a decision, and Young Gant knocked out his opponent, Tony House, in the second round. The latter one at Annapolis, the former one aboard the aircraft carrier Lexington, so they're in the semifinals. Now it's Benitez against Dennis in a quarterfinal match. As we have told you repeatedly, Benitez is rated #1 in the World Junior Welterweight Division. Mel Dennis rated 7th in the United States, 10th in the world in the welterweight ranks. We'll be back with Benitez against Dennis in a minute. Okay, there's young Benitez, the bell for round 1. Mel Dennis in the blue trunks. Jimmy Devlin, the referee. What a veteran referee he is. He has worked the likes of Emil Griffith against Luis Rodriguez, Kenny Buchanan against Ishmael Laguna. That latter one in Puerto Rico, we had the privilege of doing that fight. It was a good bout. We expect this one to be very much more of the same. Benitez is all class. He's got a problem. It's a tendency to become a hot dog. That's what happened to him in a recent bout against Harold Weston at Madison Square Garden. Benitez was safely in the lead, started to ham it up a la Muhammad Ali, and he wound up with just a draw. He's not yet been beaten. Then a good left. You saw that left. in there. Quick hands. This youngster knows how to seize opportunity, find openings. Purposeful fighter. He's not up against some punk either. He's up against a tough kid. I've seen this kid move in the ring with George Foreman. George sometimes likes to work against lighter weight guys to try and improve his speed. Both the feet and hand. First round action, Benitez to White Trunks, scoring again on a round system. As we showed you in the up close and personal, Benitez has a pair of brothers. His brother Frankie, with whom he was walking, is an outstanding fighter himself at the age of 19 with 22 wins out of 25 fights. They're a closely knit family. A good left again by Benitez. He excites the crowd. Less than a minute to go in this, the first round. There are 8 in the family altogether. 2 of them fighters, as we told you. 3 older brothers, 4 older sisters. A total of 8 in the family. And as I said, close family ties bind. 30 seconds to go in round 1. A good right lead there by Benitez. Big press contingent here today in this unique scene. Marion, Ohio Correctional Institute, the gym. Captive audience. The inmate population, which numbers in the area of 1,300. They're really enjoying it. Approaching the end of round 1. Round 2. Wilfred, or Wilfredo, as you will, Benitez in the white trunks going against Mel Dennis in the blue trunks. Welterweight fight, 3rd quarterfinal round, U.S. Boxing Championship Series. First round. You see Benitez there? You see him whirl around, not to leave himself uncovered as he slipped and went against the ropes and faced a temporary loss of balance. Quick reflexes on this kid. First round. Benitez fought purposefully. Scored a couple of times well. As I said, Dennis is no easy mark. Benitez actually won the World Junior Welterweight title. Subsequently, the WBA stripped him of it. And while there are complicated and conflicting stories surrounding that, it is uncontested that Benitez was in a serious automobile accident. His hands were badly hurt. And he couldn't make the title defense that he was being called upon to make when the fight was to come up. So they stripped him of his title. Dennis just got scored well in there. Second round action, and Dennis is unafraid. Dennis is the aggressor. Want to alert our stations along the line? There'll be a station break at the end of this round. Second round action. It has not been a bad round for Mr. Dennis. Wasn't really worth that. Short right by Benitez. 45 seconds left in this, the second round. careful. Goes defensive. Another good right by Benitez. I tell you, when he finds the opening, he capitalizes on it. We'll return in 60 seconds with more of the United States Boxing Championships after this from our local stations. Third round action just underway. Welterweight division fight. Hal Dennis in the blue trunks against Wilfred Benitez in the white trunks. Benitez scored well in the first round. Dennis appeared to be having a decent second round. Suddenly, Benitez hurt him near the end of the second round. Now, third round action. Just to keep the fight focused for you. Suddenly, the crowd grows quiet here in the gym. Their interest focused on young Benitez, whom they've heard so much. Seconds into the third round. Near the end of the second round, you saw the way Benitez will suddenly find an opening and then move with amazing rapidity to follow up on it. He can do you in very quickly. Of lefts there by Wilfred. One minute to go in the third round. Good right. Seconds left in the round. See that quick counter-punching left of Benitez's, but Dennis is unafraid of Benitez and is a tough cookie. Now the crowd begins to warm to the action. Countdown for the end of round 3. That's young Benitez right there, being freshened up for the start of fourth round. There's the round girl. She gets a lot of whistles. You might be hearing them in the background. A lot of press here. People like Red Smith, the Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist of the New York Times, Vic Siegel of the New York Post, Eddie Schuyler of the AP, all on hand to see Don King return to his alma mater, Marion, Ohio Correctional Institute, which is the reason for our presence here. There's Vic Siegel of the Post right there. He's been following this tournament for his paper since it started. Now we're into action in the fourth round. Benitez doesn't care that he was stripped by the WBA of the junior welterweight title, because what he wants is a shot at the world full-fledged welterweight title. And that's why this tournament is so important to him, this United States Boxing Championship Series. But he is learning today, while he is boxing well, that it's not going to be too easy to win this U.S. Boxing Championship Series in the welterweight classification. Remember, 6 brand new U.S. champions will be crowned. It's the first in boxing. Crowd liked that a little bit. Classy fighter, this kid. Now, this classy at 18. Minute and a half left in the fourth round. Possibly know it all at 18, and when you're up against a guy who's been around like Dennis has, and who's 27 years of age, and who knows a lot of the tricks of boxing, such as how to use the shoulders and arms, was unafraid, tries to use his body to outmuscle you. Takes a lot of class to beat a guy like that. Close to the end of the fourth round. Dennis laughing at himself there. And Jimmy Devlin, the referee. Coming to the end of the round. That's the end of the round. Now to my once young friend from Bakersfield, California, Frank Gifford.
Okay, Coach, you keep hanging around out there. You'll age rather quickly yourself. We have some scores for you in pro basketball. The New York Knickerbockers defeated Philadelphia 110-102. This afternoon, that keeps their playoff hopes alive. College basketball, Michigan, third ranked in the nation and the Big Ten champion, defeated Marquette this afternoon 69-68. We'll get a correction on that score. 69-68 is correct. Women's basketball, the nation's #1 team, Delta State, beat the #2 team ranked in the nation, Immaculata, 79-62. That was the second time they won. Okay, let's go back out to Marion, Ohio. My colleague, Howard Cosell.
We're back live at the Marion, Ohio Correctional Institute, awaiting the start of action in the fifth round in the welterweight classification fight. There's our man, just in from Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada, Mr. Joe Lowe's. Good to have you with us. As I said earlier, fifth round action now. Benitez against Dennis. Dennis the blue trunks, Benitez the white trunks. Benitez finding himself with a difficult opponent. In the corner. Alcaz now suddenly fighting his way out of it. But Dennis was working him over in the corner. Now Benitez, smiling, seeing the mouthpiece, taunting the opponent with words. Two quick lefts by Benitez. And again the crowd warms to the sudden spurt of action. Good left by Benitez. Benitez's father, right next to us, is exhorting his son. And his son, you see him, young Wilfredo, laughing this round. This is the 5th round of a bout in the welterweight classification, the United States Boxing Championship Series, quarterfinal round. Six U.S. champions will be crowned for the first time in boxing history as a result of this series. Dennis fights back. And it's been good action. We've got about 1 minute left to go in the round. Sorry to be repetitive about boxing series, the U.S. Championship Series, but we want to make sure that you all have the right frame of reference for understanding what it is. Purses going to the fighters. Welterweights, $10,000 for today, $15,000 in the semifinals, $65,000 in the finals. Not too bad. Winner on the $65,000 sum gets 70% of it, the loser 30%. Start of round 6, Benitez against Dennis. Benitez in the white, Dennis in the blue. While there have been no knockdowns, this has not been an uninteresting fight because Dennis is giving a very good account of himself. A crafty veteran, 9 years older than Benitez. He is no turkey, as my good friend O.J. Simpson would say. Earlier mentioned that in the tournament, 6 champions will be crowned. I should add that there'll be 2 crowned later. Lighter weight classifications. So in the long run, there'll be a total of 8. With a left and with a follow-up right. Good right lead by Benitez. Dennis pushes him off. It's tough. Dennis got in a good right. Minute to go. 6th round. A minute to go. Anyway, Dennis pushes him off. Wild swing. Again, Dennis laughs at himself. They touch gloves. The end of the 6th round. we look at young Benitez in his corner, full of perspiration, being wiped off by his dad, who is talking to him calmly right above us. And over in the other corner is Mel Dennis. He's got his own ideas about his future. Benitez is a much more graceful and picturesque fighter than the opponent. The opponent, as I said, has hung tough in there all the way. All right, we're about ready. Round 7. That's the bell for round 7. Dennis comes over toward Benitez. Two fighters now in ring center. It is a graceful fighter. Very quick-handed. Dennis not so graceful, but aggressive, and knowing the tricks. You saw him punching there, just above the kidney area, as he was inside, holding Benitez with his left and punching with his right. Benitez, a patient fighter, remarkably so for an 18-year-old, not given to mistake-making. I just said Benitez got it. 2 minutes left in the round. Scheduled 8 rounds. Benitez was talking to him, and he was talking to him at the wrong time. Dennis scored well with the left. Benitez back from that quick flash and smiling at him. Now Benitez is taunting Dennis, or at least trying to, with words and with a half-laughing sneer. Dennis's shoulder toward his dad. Good right. Straightened him up with a second left and then hit him with a good right. At this point in the fight, fatigue has to become a factor. At this point in the fight, Dennis looks a little tired. A left snapped his head back, then a right, and then another right. All by Benitez. We're approaching the end of the round, as you can see in the countdown. Right-hand corner, lower right-hand corner of your screen. This was a sharp, good, clean boxing round for Benitez. Okay, the 8th and final round. Quarterfinal match, United States Boxing Championship Series, welterweight division. Wilfred Benitez in the white trunks going against Mel Dennis in the blue trunks. But look at Dennis trying to come on now in the 8th and final round. There have been bursts of action like this, but not enough really to satisfy the fans. Benitez struck right back. Again, he seizes the opportunity. He's a beautifully proportioned youngster. As I noted, remarkably patient for one so young. Devlin breaks them up. Dennis using the old trick of holding the fighter with his left hand and trying to hit him with his right. Voices in the background come from Benitez's corner. His dad is his trainer, issuing instructions. Minute 15 gone in this round. Eighth and final round. Clapping was from Benitez's father. This fight has not been spectacular, not by any manner or means. What it's been is a calculated boxing affair on the part of Benitez. But I wonder if he has found Dennis a tougher nut than he expected. Does score, invariably Benitez reacts. An outburst. Flurry of fists. Coming down now to the short strokes. Close to the end of the fight. Good left in there by Benitez. As we approach the end of the fight, and another good boxing round, I thought, for Benitez. They'll be back with the decision in just a moment. Now we're awaiting the decision in the welterweight division fight, just fought between Benitez and Dennis. Again, you can't tell how these decisions are going to go. I've got my own opinion. I think Benitez won the fight. Thought he won it handily with a fine display of boxing. But I thought he'd be more spectacular than he was.
It's voted 5-1 and 2 even.
For young Benitez, and as I said, I suspected he had rendered a handy boxing lesson to Dennis. Right now, let's go to Jim McKay in Ontario, California, then we'll be back.
さあ、これから第1ラウンドが